What's poppin', my people? Let's get to it. You already know what this is. On the lockout today, we're going to talk about Rikers Island, the Ñetas, the Bloods, the 90s. What happened? Why is everybody saying the Netas are no longer in New York City? Is their Ñetas still around? Did they disappear out the face of the earth? We're going to get to that and a whole lot more here on the lockout. So check it out. Because people been hitting me up like, yo, War, man, you got to look at this. They talking about, right? There's no Ñetas in New York. And listen, they been hitting me about this because, you know, people hit you up like on some situation like, yo, listen, talk to this dude, talk to that dude, right? But I have no control over what people say on the internet or on YouTube or whatever. And I'm not into the whole drama situation. Like, anyway, bro. But my whole thing is this. We never glorify, we telling a story like everybody else. But to get back on the subject, right? The Ñetas. Do the Ñetas still exist in New York till today? Is there Ñetas in New York City? Active? Of course. Are you kidding me? You want me to get them all and put them on video? Like, so the FDS can see them? You know what I'm saying? Like, people are bugged out, bro. Like, you really think that Puerto Rico sent a kite or came over here and just deaded the whole thing? And people are going to say, okay, we're not going to rep no more. Everything we've been doing for 30 years or however long they was out here is just dead. They try that with every nation, with every organization that came from somewhere else, and that'll never happen. What it is this, and this is a fact. Let me clear this up right here, this part here. I don't know. Listen, I don't be watching these dudes a lot like that. No disrespect, man. But a lot of people told me, yo, listen, they saying that the Puerto Ricans from Puerto Rico, like they all how could you say that all the Puerto Ricans from Puerto Rico are racist? You know? And there's a few people that I seen them say, so listen, when you say, yo, you're talking about this person, or you talking about this, bro, or you talking about that, bro. Listen, I'm not talking, this is a show, bro. This is a podcast, then you shouldn't be watching the shows, B. This is not for you, homie. If you're going to take things super personal and be like, oh, you're talking about this person and play guessing on who somebody's talking about. I don't have to hide who I'm talking about. If I want to say names, I'll say names. If I don't, I'm not into the name thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's a fee for that. Facts. But check it out. Dudes are bugged out, bro. Like, I'm really, really, really in the town, like on the concrete, bro. Like, I go outside, bro. Facts. You know, dudes are bugged out. But anyway, listen, nobody stopped the Ñetas like that. I go outside and I run into Ñetas. And people from Puerto Rico that come from Puerto Rico, they not all racist. Like, that's crazy, my dude. There's more. Find out how many Jamaicans there's in Puerto Rico, bro. It was packed at one time. When you go to Puerto Rico, there's African sculptures all over the place. It's 2020, my dude. These are people speaking that have never been to Puerto Rico in years. And I bet you, whoever's saying that right now in 2020 hasn't been to PR in a minute. Is not even in contact with no one from PR. Don't even know the hottest song that's out right now. Don't even know the hottest rapper. He still thinks like it's all reggaeton, whoever's talking about this. Whoever's saying like, yo, I'm not going to lie. It bothers me because I'm going to say what's right. At the end of the day, everybody knows it is what it is. There's no rioting, there's no nothing. Because if you want to get to the bottom of culture, Puerto Ricans and blacks together started the beautiful thing that we call hip-hop. Facts. But so there's no need to riot nobody because of music. You know what I'm saying? Like we in there, whether people mention it, whether yes or no, it's not about none of that. It's about just, you can't be spreading that like that in a day and age like today in 2020, where we need unity, where we need love for all people. So to be like, when things die out, you have somebody else that either has a voice or is a up and coming YouTuber, however it may be. But you, if you Boricua or Latino or anything, it should bother you as much as gonna bother somebody else that's from somewhere else that hears that. Like, oh, they all like that from out there? Nah, bro, you can't say that a whole group of people are the same as one or few individuals. It's not facts. The fact of the matter is that in the world, racism exists everywhere, bro. As much as we would like to do away with it, as much as we're not like that, that's always gonna happen. It's always gonna be in this lifetime, in the next lifetime. People don't have to like the next person. It's just facts. And people will always single out one group of people that's doing something more than the other group at any time. It's just what people will always do. But to say that all those people from this way, all those people from down the block, they all dislike us over here, that's not facts. If you look at what's happening in PR and all these other, they emulating a lot of the things that we do in New York that have to do with hip hop. That is their culture, hip hop. Like they just do it, and a lot do it English, but a lot do it in Latin hip hop. But if you ask them, who's your favorite rapper? even the reggaetoneros and Latin trap artists that are multimillionaires today, they start naming Lil Wayne, Drake, Migos. They start naming black dudes. So that sounds crazy. And leave in the comments if you know I'm talking facts. But yeah, there's Ñetas in New York, bro. And they get together and all that. On the island, what happened was they did fall back on Rikers Island. And they do be saying, no, I'm a Ñeta in Puerto Rico. You know, that's their sign right there. This is public information, so we're not saying nothing that no one is ever saying. In fact, you know what? I'm a real dude. I'm sticking up for my people as a whole, Latinos. It has nothing to do with racy. It has to do with what's right. I wrote with what's right in the world, right? So I'm going to break all this down to you right now, real brief, so that you have a better understanding of what's going on here. It wasn't a situation that they were accepting dudes. All right. That man-on-man action situation was never supposed to happen in a lot of within that. From what I'm told from dudes, and I recently just got off the phone with a few of them that are super active, that are official, because you got thorough people and everything, and then you got people that to you may not be thorough. It depends what you call thorough and what you consider real, right? Because some of us are so real that it makes us actually dumb, like a peanut brain kind of dude, right? Because real is like, yo, he bust this, you know what I'm saying? He put it in, son, in front of everybody. Yeah, he's on the island doing 40 years now. That's real? I don't know what's real or what's dumb. You tell me, leave it in the comments. But when it started popping in the yard on Rikers Island, and the Bloods was putting in that work, there was Netas that were putting in a lot of work too. Super work. So did they disappear because the Bloods got rid of them? And like I always used to say that too when I was like way back, like, you know what? Ever since the Kings stopped messing with them like that, they fell back and they got eaten and they got washed up, right? Today, do I look at it like that? That applies to certain of them. Certain of them, they didn't need KING. They didn't need kings. They didn't know nobody. They got busy. What happened is this. They was taking in meek and humble people. They would take anybody. I don't know how people screamed that they were so racist. They allowed blacks when others didn't at that point of time. When other crews all over the world didn't. So, and I'm not saying no in particular. That's for you to do that and do all that mathematic stuff. I'm not getting, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to tell you what my opinion about the Netas and what happened with the Bloods in the situation. Now, I was there. Like, I'll be on the line and poof, Duke will blast them like, oh, snap. Yo, boy, that ain't got nothing to do with us. And even though I may be getting angry, I'm like, you know what? They put in a lot of work on the opposite side too. So let them put it in. We can't keep jumping the gun for them. But what happened was this. And shout out, this is with all respects to all the Ñetas in the world. I tip my hat off to them because the Ñetas was needed at that time. This is a fact. Listen, everybody tell their story. YouTube and social media is not for you if you're going to get mad and want to hurt or be so angry at the dude that's telling the story or telling his facts or his opinion, however you want to see it. It's a show like everything else, bro. But at the end of the day, what Ñetas needed, yes, they were. Was kings needed? Yes, they were. Because a lot of people will not be watching TV till today. The whole beef was that the opposite side at that moment, because it was a lot of segregation, wanted to run everything. This is a fact. They wanted the phones. They wanted the TV. They wanted your sneakers. They wanted your chain. They wanted your underwears. They wanted your socks. They wanted everything. It's point blank. And people got tired of it, stood up and got sick of it and fought back against the oppression. Listen to what I'm saying. Against the oppression. As time went on and these groups that were fighting against the oppression and they conquered hard body, boom. When they got so big in numbers, they seemed as the oppressor because now you're running everything. So sometimes I say that unintentionally you may not see that while you was trying to stop, you have become. Because this disillusion that I'm the man, like I got it smashed, right? Because I was like that. I used to run, we got it smashed. Nah, that's us. You don't touch that. But to the eye of somebody that's not involved in all this culture and what's going on within the prison, it seems like, damn, they abusive. But you don't know what we went through for this. You don't know what happened for this. You wasn't here. You just came through that door. You just heard. So then, like everything else, other cliques blew up. They got big. They started to conquer certain houses. And guess what they started doing? Oppressing, as they also felt that they was being oppressed. They became the oppressor. At the end of the day, I said the same thing a long time ago in one of my videos. If you look for it, it's down there where I talked about the Netas and switching and Netas that became other gangs or other nations. I talked about it. At the end of the day, hurt people, and nobody wins. Because you tell me, out of all these stories that have been said about the war and people being hurt and this happening and the fight and the phones and this, tell me somebody who's really become a super millionaire off of it. Someone who's super successful for that, unless there's some book writers, right? But a lot of those book writers are scratched off. In certain cliques, you could write books and talk about it and talk crazy. If you know this, I haven't said really much about whatever I was involved in. Because I personally don't do that. I never will. That's just me. I may touch on the surface like things that you could Google is regular. But the subject and the whole topic is not going to be that. We're here to talk about Ñetas and Bloods. Mainly Ñetas. The only reason I added the Bloods in there is because people ask me what happened. Did the Bloods twist them and make them disappear? To a certain extent, a lot of people were shook that was from the Ñetas, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that with the utmost. But listen to what I'm saying. It's like shook with an explanation. They was taking meek and humble people. They were for the prisoner. They were for the dude that was being abused. For the dude that's never been to jail. For the dude that don't understand what's happening. For anybody, for a Mexican, an Ecuadorian, Salvadorian, a black dude, Jamaican dude, Haitian dude that came to this country, that landed in Rikers, and it's like, oh my God, now what? And don't speak English. They'll snatch him up, whether he spoke English or not. They'll snatch him up. They'll help him. They'll bathe him. They'll give him slippers. They'll take care of him. But on Rikers Island, the devil's always active. Most of the people that were getting cut by other gangs, most of the Spanish dudes or dudes that was in these other organizations or nations were meek and humble people. A lot of dudes was cutting nobodies. Facts. They will come into the house, cut something to go back to the box. This is facts. That's what I used to see all the time. Because a lot of people, don't get it wrong, because people are going to be like, oh, nigga. No, listen, there was people that was getting busy, of course, like everything. But a lot of dudes would just hit the gate, touch sign, and be like, I'm out of here. I ain't going in there. But then there was some that did come in. There was a lot and got busy on both sides in every gang. At this point, I'm not naming gangs or whatever. Who used to come in and just cut people? You do the analyzation of that, bro. It's common sense. You feel me? Because people get real sensitive. Like certain people feel like they the only ones that could tell stories. And when somebody else says it, now everybody feels like they want a problem with you now. Like, come on, my man. Like, you bugging. Although nobody's scared on this side. But I'm just saying, like, everybody's telling their story. It is what it is. You do you. Stay in your lane. They do them. Stay in their lane. Because I'll be seeing it. I'll be watching. You heard? So my thing is this. A lot of dudes were cutting those dudes. Innocent dudes that were meek and humble. A lot of dudes wasn't even gang. They just were Latin or Spanish, whatever you want to call yourself. And dudes would blow them or do whatever, right? And go to another house or whatever the case may be and be like, yeah, just put in work down there. I don't know if you want to call that putting in work. I never call that. Everybody I ever had a problem with was a gorilla, was somebody that got busy. So, like, when I put the pictures up that I was in comas, got hit up, all that, that's because I had beef with gorillas and I did something to them to make it happen. You feel me? But I'm just trying to make a comparison. Because a lot of these dudes that is gang, damn, nothing never happened to you. You're a monster, Poppy. You should be in the zoo locked in or something, bro. You a beast. Wow. I know why nothing happened to a lot of dudes, because they wasn't doing nothing to dudes that get busy. Facts. But the Netas, well, they needed. Of course they were, bro, because there was an abuse by the administration, by inmates, by everybody at that time. And they fought against the administration. Now that they started allowing man-on-man situations and all that, listen, I'm not Ñeta, right? I don't know how that came about, but I could tell you what a lot of them tell me, and I have family and PR that's involved in that. And that was never supposed